get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but a Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They got me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I feel shine. You can dig me cause my bar's mine. My tracks flame like a Damu. The hardest blood on my tongue. Bigginess is warm blue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. They throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. My verse is thinking in his man, but she can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, come be brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the planks to use Decepticons. Fake rappers in retreats like Cobra. 80s they get floated like up in the storage and I'm man. Up, down, man, I'm cheeky. You a beast, man. I take a beating. Ninja Turtle rap, turtle clans get defeated. High in my ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
Damn it. What's up? Hey, I couldn't get to this fast enough. What is going on, everybody? It's your man, Dre Mac. Coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. You're from the West Coast, get on up because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And today, I said I wasn't going to talk about. Anytime I say I ain't going to talk about something, trust and believe I'm going to talk about it. So today, I'm going to show you why the situations with Shannon Sharpe and Jonathan Majors are different, but have some same elements that's in here. And I'm going to talk about today. I wasn't really going to talk about this, but I'm not going to talk about it in depth. Please. Go to Sister Pam. Sister Pam right now, Pam Entertainment Television, is giving you all. I'm not going to go over no court documents. Sister Pam got that hooked up. I'm not going to go over no text messages. Sister Pam got that hooked up. I might go over the audio though, because I got to put something in context to let you know where I'm coming from when I'm giving this is strictly just my opinion on Shannon Sharpe, and why, again, there is two totally different situations going on, and I'm gonna prove to you why one of the situations is more favoritism than I'm shocked about, and why the favoritism is there. But anyway, hope you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant over at the Heavy Gant Reacts channel, but you already know how I do. The real question is, And like, whoa, Jesus Christ. There we go. God, my forehead big. God, Lee, don't be try to go in the background. Forehead is right here. Get all of it. All of it. Let me see who's all in the house before I get into this, because there's a way that I'm gonna construct this. It's gonna be a little bit different. Again, these are all based on just what I think. This is just my opinion on this, especially after listening to yesterday's audio. Just anyway, Alexandro, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wavy Don Juan was here at 8. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Roberta, the church auntie, is here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ramar, what's going on? Yeah, you gonna have to stick around for this one. Andre Ware, what's up? What's up? Xavier Phoenix here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Tyra J is up in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Tracy Woods. Do y'all should know, if I make this mug the day before, I'm gonna talk about it. And I had time yesterday. Tracy Woods, good morning, good morning, good morning. Junior Network, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see, who did I miss? Brother Juma, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Michael Johnson, good morning, good morning, good morning. He said the Yay area. Well, Claude Xavier, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Pam, I told y'all, make sure to, if you want all the legal documentation along with her commentary, make sure to go find, please go look at Sister Pam. Sister Pam had me rolling this morning watching her video. Please, 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 please go like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Derek Dynasty, it's good to see you up here. Good morning. The loudest is always the guiltiest. Yeah, boy. Prince Santa, good morning, good morning, good morning. And make sure to hit that like button. And before I get started, I got to do this because I had a lot of people. I'm just say this because even though that a lot of this I'm going to be joking about a lot of stuff as far as like men's mental health and different things like that is nothing to joke about. And of course, I've told you guys many times that I deal with anxiety and depression. And truth be told, I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety the last 3 weeks. I had a lot that has happened in the last 3 weeks with me. So, my anxiety, my depression. I mean, being honest with you, I went through that whole live yesterday depressed. And y'all couldn't even tell. So I want to make sure that you guys know how important it is to take care of your mental health, take care of what's going on. It hit me a little bit, and I'm gonna make this real short. It hit me yesterday because I got off the live and went straight to sleep. It wasn't normally, I don't try to do that. I set my alarm clock to get up about 2 because I got other stuff to do. Slept through the whole day. Depression, anxiety was just fighting. It was. And when I woke up, I lost a really, really great friend of mine named Andre Bedell. Especially if you follow me on Instagram, you see it in my story. My friend Andre Bedell. I have to tell you guys this story because when I was 14, I developed alopecia real bad. And going into my freshman year in high school, I got teased from my alopecia really bad. And Andre Bedell and my man Tim was one of the ones who was actually my friends, my freshman year. That, when everybody was teasing me, joking, hey, come sit at the table with me. You know what I'm saying? Come eat lunch with me. You can hang with us. You know what I'm saying? And I lost my friend yesterday. It really put me in and just be truth be told, so I can let you know some bad context of why it's really been hard. It's because that I deal with a gluten allergy, and guys my age are I've lost, in the past 2 years, 2.5 years, I lost friends that are my age. And I think that morality starts to me no matter how healthy I eat, with my gluten allergy, I can't eat certain things or whatever, and how much I've changed my diet. It's still that eternal fear that you deal with, especially, we lost brother Chadwick Boseman, you know what I'm saying? And he was what, 42. You know what I mean? So it's a real big fear in there. But also with that fear, there comes um ways that you could conquer that. And if I want somebody else to be a light when it comes to mental health and different things like that, I also feel like I need to put that same emphasis on myself. So I will be doing more conversation about men's mental health, just so we are aware that men out here are suffering. A lot of them suffer in silence. I'm one of those men that suffer in silence at times because I don't like bringing my baggage or what I got going on to other people. um so it's one of those rough things where if I want somebody else to do it, I also have to be that example of how to be able to do it. If that person is not going to step up, somebody got to do it. So just wanted to put that out there. Please play for my brother, my dog, and it hurts, my brother Andre Bedell. And it's funny because me and Andre, our names are spelled similar, except he has an N in his. You know what I mean? And I personally don't in my name. We were both Deion Sanders fans. We used to do the prime time, you know what I'm saying? The Deion Sanders touchdown dance in the hallways and all of that. And my brother was suffering. He developed a disease that affected his feet, and was crying out for prayers and stuff like that. And this was 6 months ago. And unfortunately, now he is no longer in pain. In all of that. So please give Andre Bedell, um, his family, just your prayers at this time. And again, keep a lot of men who are suffering in silence, who feel like they don't have an outlet or just feel like they're not going to be heard properly. Just make sure that you have those guys in their prayers. All right. While I get that together, because I got some other stuff that I'm gonna do, let me go ahead and bring you our sponsor today, me. Hold up, wait a minute, wait, whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. Okay, thank you. And make sure if you're not a part, if you want to be a part of the crew, all you got to do is hit that membership button. It's only $2.99 a month. You could be part of the crew, that rocks with me. And shout out to the crew because the crew makes sure that this channel is going. So I appreciate everybody that is a part of the crew. So if you watch me on X, if you watch me on YouTube, don't forget, just give me a thumbs up. That's it. Just give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you guys are rocking with me. Make sure to keep the engagement going in the chat. And we're about to get this thing started. All right. So, okay. Let me just start off with this. And again, this is strictly just an opinion piece. I'm not going to go over too much stuff in here. But let me just say, let me just say this is that the differences between Jonathan Majors and Shannon Sharpe are very wide. And I'm going to tell you why it's wide. Matter of fact, Shannon Sharpe hasn't been hasn't as if you're old enough to know who Shannon Sharpe was when he was an NFL player, back when he played for the Denver Broncos. Of course, I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I couldn't stand Shannon Sharpe back in the day because his team used to beat my team, so I couldn't stand Shannon Sharpe back in the day. Shannon Sharpe was always yapping. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he was known for. He was always known for talking, right? So Shannon Sharpe had a lot of cachet, for years. But Shannon Sharpe, if you know, Shannon Sharpe is always was always known to like white women. Now he would say, "Oh, I like all women," but back then, if you know Shannon Sharpe's story, they used to point out years ago, this ain't nothing new, that he liked white women. Now, while we was getting this started, shout out to Wonder Woman because she's still engaging on the video that I did a minute ago. On the Kiki Palmer, Jonathan Majors podcast thing. And what I was explaining, to Wonder Woman with Jonathan Majors, nobody really knew who he was dating because not necessarily, but technically he was new to the zeitgeist of America. Shannon has already been there. You know what I mean? Shannon has already been in the zeitgeist of America based on the fact he's a former NFL player. He was a hell of an NFL player. You know what I mean? Like how different Broncos fans are mad, or especially Los Angeles Chargers fans are mad at Travis Kelce. This was Travis Kelce back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about long touchdowns, dancing on us, talking crazy. You know what I mean? He was the man. He doesn't have a gold jacket in Canton for nothing, right? He went on to after his career, he was on I want to say like XM radio. He went on to work for CBS. You know what I mean? They fired him at CBS, not because of any type of allegations or whatever. He just wasn't a fit. And he tells you about that because his dialect and all of that went to a dialect culture, whatever. Did a couple of shows on Cold Pizza with Skip Bayless. And that's why Skip Bayless added him to Undisputed. And they created the show Undisputed. So there was a moment in time that I'm going to tell you what happened. You know what I mean? That because I'm trying to tell you, even though people knew Shannon Sharpe, right? Shannon was not nearly as possible as popular. And I'm gonna show y'all. Until this happened. This is when he got popular. And now y'all remember this? Let me. I remember when this dropped with remix the Sway God, when he dropped this took Shannon Sharpe to the moon, right? And I'm playing this for a reason. I want to keep playing because I like that beat. But I'm saying this for a reason. Jonathan Majors never had a moment like this in his career. Yes, was he Kane the Conqueror? Yes. But look at the way that Marvel failed his character, right? Failed the character as Kane the Conqueror. It is what it is. It's what happened in Quantumania. That's why they wanted to switch. Way before he got in trouble, that's why he wanted to switch. Right? But Shannon Sharpe, I'm talking about, he got super popular off of that moment. Shannon don't drink. Shannon wasn't a drinker. Shannon still operated like he did in the NFL. He wasn't smoking on mouths. He wasn't drinking on hen dog. You know what I mean? This is the day he became Unk. Let me keep playing because I want to. Moment. No, I ain't, because I don't want to be this famous. But this is where he got super famous. He went to because what he did was, what's up, Wonder Woman? What's up, Jazzy? What's up, Tina? Who did I miss in here? Because I see y'all in here. But this is where Shannon Sharpe became. Let me just keep it. Let's keep it real. When you become urban famous, let me say it like this, because we move the needle on what's popular out here in the zeitgeist of America with our music. That's why y'all need to go watch Sinners. It's a theme to this that I'm telling you. When this came out, like I said, Shannon Sharpe was cool. Shannon Sharpe, former NFL player, whatever. But this took him to I'm talking about to the stratosphere, right? And this is the day he became Unk. And that's the day he went on his Instagram live with a do-rag on, with a black and male hanging out his mouth, talking about, y'all be tripping, and I'm on this yak. I'm on this mouth and this yak. That's what I'm on. You ain't never been on that. You've always trained your body. You don't smoke or drink. But that's the day he became urban famous, and people forgot that he was on the Snow Bunny Trail. It's just, I'm just keeping it. You might not like what I'm saying, but I'm just honest. You know what I mean? Even though he has black children, yes, but it's always been known that Shannon Sharpe like white women, and I don't care who he likes. If he want to be on the bunny trail, that's cool with me. He ain't paying none of my rent. He ain't paying my bills. He ain't paying none of that, right? We didn't know who Jonathan Majors was dating until the Great Jabari situation happened. Now, the difference between Jonathan's situation, Jay got arrested when he called the police. And the police came and everything, what happened, right? This is a civil suit. And we found out real quickly.
This nigga's a freak.
Real quick with Shannon. We found out real quick. The Shannon freak. I ain't mad. Be a freak. I'm nasty too. But what I'm not going to do is, first of all, I know Pam talked about this. Grace was a grown-ass woman, right? They're both roughly around the same age. So this is a grown-ass woman, right? Shannon actively pursued someone well damn younger than him. Whether you're mad that he's dating a 19-year-old or whatever, 20-year-old, 21-year-old or whatever, I get it. Mentally, I'll just be honest with you, just mentally, there's nothing a teeny bopper can do for me. Just me personally. What the hell I'm going to do with you? You know what I mean? I can't even have an intellectual conversation with you because you're not on the same mental capacity as me. You know what I mean? Unless you are a Harvard graduate. And I'm gonna bring somebody on that's an older gentleman that should have told Shannon Sharpe about these young women. This is John Witherspoon, everybody.
Tattoos on the arm, up the damn neck, tattoo down the leg. Dear John Witherspoon, how can I tell if my girl's a hoochie?
Y'all can call them what you want, but in 1962, they were hoes. Bitch is a hoe. They know who they are. They brand themselves. Tattoo on the lower back, tattoos on the arm, up the damn neck, tattoo down the leg. That's the key. Tell you that I'm a hoe. I sells pussy. 25 earrings in your ear. Titties.
Sorry, Roberta.
Earrings. What, you gonna put some keys on that motherfucker? If she go to work at 9, come home at 3 in the morning. That there secretary. Yeah, you a secretary. You better secretary on that fucking pole, bitch. Calluses on their hands. That's a hoe. And they good with grabbing money. Tell her go get some groceries and she grab it like this. That bitch a hoe. She knows she been on the fucking strip. And you can tell the way they open their mouth and talk. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. If you go into the store and you ask your woman, can I bring you something back? She said, yes. Bring me a half a gram of cocaine and a box of red wine. The bitch is a drunk and a fucking hoe. And anytime you toss your woman a fork and the bitch turn around and catch it with her ass, she's a hoochie. She can lie and say she ain't no hoochie. I went to Harvard. Okay, you a Harvard hoe. Don't try to be nothing else. If you're a hoe, be a hoe. This is America. Do what you want with your fucking body. Don't bring that shit around me. I don't want no bitch with no butterfly on her fucking ass. I had one in 1962. This bitch named Shannon, big tall bitch. She whooped my ass one day. Fuck that bitch.
Everybody, Mr. John Witherspoon. That's all the videos I got. But Shannon should have been aware. All I'm saying is, you're dating a 19, 20, 20-somebody-year-old OnlyFans model. How do you think that was going to work out? Like, honestly, how do you think that was going to work out? Now, like I said, you know, am I mad at him for dating some 20-year-old girl? No. Old men been dating young women for years. For centuries. You know what I mean? Since the beginning of time. That ain't my bad day. You know, like I said, a teeny bopper can't do nothing for me. She can't even talk to me right. You know what I mean? You know how old her soul she gotta have that Coretta soul for her to get my attention. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking for my Coretta. And that's all Jonathan was trying to look for. But the similarities is in the conversations. Let me take that back. Not all of the conversation, but you're trying to get women. You're trying to get the one person was trying to get a woman to understand where he's at in life and how he needs someone to hold him down, right? The other one is looking for Miss B Nasty, which again, you could have got B Nasty and you probably wouldn't have to worry about, trying to, pay $10 million so she could go away. And then she'd be like, nah, I want $50 million. And I was thinking, $50 million. Where he gonna come up with $50 million? Oh yeah, that's right. He's getting ready to sign his contract so he could give the Club Shay Shay and all this affiliates over to one place and they're gonna pay him $100 million. Now, I'm not gonna sit up there and act like that the men are just bad and the women are not. Because also, with that being said, this young girl is saying all of this wild shit in these text messages. You're seeing all of this wild shit in your conversation. What type of relationship do you guys have? And why would you want someone, the status that you are? Why would you want somebody like that in your camp? Now, Shannon is always this is what pisses a lot of people off about Shannon Sharpe. Shannon was going off on Ocho Cinco because he was late, talking about, what he's trying to do and try to have like this moral high ground where secretly you're still a freak. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but he said it. It ain't like it came out of his mouth. Just like when we talking about Jonathan knew he was toxic in that relationship also. You know what I mean? That at the point in time in his life that mentally he wasn't right for that woman based on the relationship that they had. So instead of doing the right thing, be like, yo, this ain't gonna work. I'm gonna leave you at the door. I'm out. I'm exiting the stage right. Didn't want to do that. And if you know that you're Shannon Sharpe and you got an OnlyFans model, you know when she's 20 some odd years old, you know what she's doing. So Shannon, I'm coming to LA. You what? I don't want to be choked. And this fool said, I choke you in front of everybody. Now, it did sound like he was joking or is in jest. But what type of relationship is this? When you are a man of that stature, shout out to Pam, because I knew what she was looking for when she said this. She was like, sexual discipline. My man, this is why, RIP the Godfather. I know a lot of people didn't like him, but he used to tell me, if you're a high value man, you got to have dick discipline. You have to have dick discipline. You know why did you? Sorry, Roberta, but I gotta say it like this. You know why you have to have dick discipline? Because women that want to be where you're at, you made that on your own. But when they are trying to be on that level and become famous, it will tear you down in the process of you getting where you need to be at. And you can't have vultures around your meat. They will eat it. They will make sure that it's rotten and decay. It will eat your ass up. You got to be very cautious of who you have in your circle. And that includes the women that you banging. You can't, and this is for all men, because I know Sister Pam was trying to talk about this. This is just real talk. Like, men, like, seriously, you got to be careful who's in your circle when you're on your way to where you're trying to be at, on your purpose. When you're on your purpose, everybody can't ride with you. Everybody can't get in that car with you because that's your purpose. And the Most High will show you and tell you who should and should not be in that car. It will be sign after sign after sign after sign. If you continue to be around people and they create the atmosphere that makes it detrimental for you to get to your purpose, why are they there? I don't care how good them cheeks was and how much baby gravy that she want you to put in her. For one, that should be a red flag right there. The same way that he knew that Jafet Majors knew that at a point in time in his life, when this woman wasn't fulfilling the needs that he needed, you got to let that go. But he persisted and stayed. It could have been out of loyalty. It could have been whatever, or fear that he's so ingrained in the situation that if anything was to happen, it could harm me. It could harm my career because now I'm engaged in this toxic situation and nothing toxic is ever good. I don't even want to be a toxic crusader. Have you seen them? So why the hell would I want to be in a toxic relationship with anyone? If you are on your purpose, right? If you are on your purpose as a man, as a grown ass man at that, why in the hell would you bring somebody that will take you away from that? That's the problem that I have with Shannon Sharpe. That's the problem that I have because Shannon is always, you knew where you came from with your grandmother. You done told everybody about the story about how you and Sterling grew up. You know what I mean? And all the hay and all the chickens and living in that tiny little shack. Why would you let, a pair of Snow Bunny cheeks destroy that from you? I can't allow no one to stop me from my purpose. That's the type of mentality that men need to have. Whether you have Shannon Sharpe money or Dre Mack money and I'm broke. You have to have some type of discipline when you're looking at your situation and you are where you want to be at in life. You are bossing up. You can't have those type of women in your circle. That's why I was playing the John Witherspoon. It's just it's funny, but when you're messing with somebody who messes with OnlyFans and this ain't a jump off, like again, men are weird. I'm a weird man, and I'm gonna tell you why I say this, because men sometimes will know that this is a jump off. You know what it is. I'm not trying to be no prude to nobody. It's plenty of men that have had a jumper. You know what a jump off is. You know you just smashing. You doing what you got to do. You ain't taking this person seriously. Yo, homies is telling you, I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't take her seriously. Like, what's she gonna do for you? You know what I mean? Like, what can she do for you that brings peace, prosperity, and love into your life? If they can't bring those things, she's a jump off. So go do what you got to do. Y'all have fun. You do your thing and just keep it moving. And what happens is because some men are we get stupid, because I've been stupid. We take the jump off and we like, man, I could do something with her. That's why T.I. a long time ago had that song, man. She's a freak though. She got angel eyes and a baby face, but she a freak though. You know, I'm gonna take my mama to go meet her. Maybe have my baby, my super freak. That's how dumb we can get. Knowing damn well ain't no reason I should be with this person. She shouldn't even be in my vicinity. But I keep telling you, that gripper gets them every time. And technically, because Shannon Sharpe has constantly told y'all what he likes. He's constantly done said, people have said, Monique, you know what I'm saying? Cat Williams. Warning comes before destruction. And they constantly was like, Monique said, why you ain't messing with them young girls anyway? You know what I'm saying? But he said, I don't want no saint, I want a sinner. Did we just watch that movie? For us that did watch Sinners, what happens when you tell them to come on in? They take from you. Now you're at a risk of losing everything. Now, do I feel like do I feel like this is a cash grab? Hell yeah. Because you ain't gonna be talking about put that baby gravy in me and I can't wait to see you so you can put the dog collar on me and choke me and then say, oh, Shannon, I didn't want you to do that when you did that if you wasn't trying to set that man up. Damn, that I ain't stupid either. Just like when Grace was secretly recording those conversations, I'm not dumb either. You got him by the balls. You do. You got him by the balls. And you like, leave me if you want to. Now, that is not inclusive to white women or black women. There's Asian women, Hispanic women, all kinds of women who will be like, oh, you trying to leave? Trust and believe as a person who got told, yeah, just leave me if you want to. Shit, you gonna be paying for this. You gonna be paying this child support. Dare you to leave then? Trust me, they was gonna get it one way or the other, because there are women like that. Like I said, that would knock you off of your purpose to destroy you from within, because you allowed them to come on in. That's why a lot of y'all need to watch Sinners, because as soon as you let the devil in, you can't be mad when he start feeling on your booty. Just saying. So, like I said, all I'm saying is this: some of the stuff that Shannon was saying was weird and disturbing. At the same time, it wasn't criminal. Sound more freakish, more fetish, like Pam said, not to take anything that she was saying, but I agree with her when she was talking about there's people got kinks and fetishes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you like a girl who wear rubber duckies on her feet. You get off on that. I don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Who am I to tell you that that's not? There's so many people that got so many kinks. It is what it is. You're grown. You know what I'm saying? But I got told by my grandma a long time ago, you lay down with dogs, don't get mad when you come home with fleas. So you gotta be careful. You got to be more careful. And again, I do wish there was more men that were teaching men How, when you're in a status, stop thinking you're above this. And I kind of feel like a little bit, because Shannon was bragging in the roll pills and all of that you could just be braggadocious and all of that, and nobody won't get you. That you think you got these women on lock. Man, no, you don't. This ain't the 70s where a pimp can control a whole mind. You know, and her body will follow. You ain't got that in you. I can hear from the conversation. And that's another thing. There's a lot of dudes with a lot of money that are goofy as fuck. Sorry, Roberta. I got to say it like this. Because I got to take it for the sisters. Because the sisters be dealing with a lot of men like this who don't know how to talk to women to get them to understand what it is. And they go on the simp train. I'm riding on the simp train. And then you get caught up in these situations, then you looking stupid. You can't get mad because you simped out. You over here and you thought you had it on lock. And you stupid. Just a straight goofball at the end of the day, looking goofy, begging for your job at the end of the day because they take it from you. And a lot of these women know there's a bunch of we said this about Travis Hunter. There's a lot of goofballs out there with a lot of money. There's a lot of goofballs out there with a lot of money. And I'm not calling Shannon a goofball. But a lot of what I heard is a lot of goofball behavior. I'm talking about the behavior. That's goofball behavior. If you was really got it on like that, that chick wouldn't even think twice about putting you and exposing you like that. Why? Because you've already had her understand exactly what it is, and she respects you. Because a woman that respects you would never sit up there and play games like this. I know, because I was on the goofball train too, on the train to Sipville, just sipping along with my cape on. Oh, they gonna like me? No, the hell they won't. These women don't respect you or like you. They don't. They like what they can get from you. They like the status that you're at. They don't care nothing about you. They look at you as a straight up meal ticket, and they can't wait to eat. That's why a lot of these women walk around the way that they do. Why? Because men allow them to. The goofballs with the money, because they don't have the conversation to be able to pull someone. Just if you was broke in a mug, you can't pull that same woman just based on your conversation, because it ain't in you. It never have and never will be. So they work hard to get buffed. They get all of this, get all of that, so they can get rich. And then what they do, they ride around in a fancy car. They take you to your house. You know, I got a big house. I got a nice car. You know what I mean? I'm doing good for myself, but you ain't got nothing that woman is looking for, because they can already smell the simp in you. They smell like simp. And they know they could be able to they could completely take advantage of you. Because you looking for something, you got everything, but ain't got it in you. Just saying. So a lot of y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, y'all need to, I'm trying to tell y'all better watch it. Y'all better watch all that, all being flashy and all of that. And you can't sit up here and you can't check them. You know the ones I'm talking about. I'm not talking about real women, because if someone was looking for a real woman, right? Listen to what I'm saying, fellas. A real woman will ride with you whether you got $1 or $1 million. A real woman will actually pour into you. And that 100 million that you have, she could be able to get you 200 million if you got the right one. See, this is the conversation that I'm having. That's why I said it's different, but it's similar. Because that's why I respect Jonathan getting with Megan. Because he realized the woman that I was around can't multiply and duplicate. That's why I love women so much. Because what you pour into a woman, right? what you pour into that woman, if it bears good fruit, will multiply, and you will be able to feed not only you and her, your entire family, because you poured into a real woman. But some of us still want to be YNs out here and want to act like, you know, hey, you know, I'm still pulling these young ones out here. You know, I still got it. No. Get you a real woman, because that real woman will pour into you. That real woman will make sure that you're good when you're mentally broken. That real woman out there will make sure that you are lifted up high within her own circles, while also uplifting you in private. A little jump off can't uplift you. She can get it up, but she can't keep it up. She can make sure you feel good for the moment, but she can't make sure you feel good for life. So you got to be very careful on who you have in your circle, or you're going to be sitting like Uncle Shay Shay. You know what I mean? You're going to be sitting there.
This nigga's a freak.
I'm just saying, you're going to be sitting there like Uncle Shay Shay. And everybody, and like I said, everybody think it's cool when you out here, you getting women and all of this and all of that. It's cool. But like I said, that real one will multiply everything. That's why I love my sisters. You know what I'm saying? I love women, but I love my sisters, because I learned this from a men's ministry, that a woman is naturally an incubator. When you have a real woman, she's a natural incubator. What we put in her, she literally puts it inside of her. It grows, is delivered, and gave back to you double than what you had. A real woman. So that's why I said, fellas, make sure that you got a real woman. Make sure you pour into her. Make sure if you're on your path, if you're on your purpose, and that woman comes along that you want her to be on that purpose, make sure that she can pour into you. Make sure you can pour back into her, because you can't pour into an empty cup. So make sure that you have a woman that lifts your head as much as you want to lift hers. Make sure that you get a woman that when you pour into her, she feeds your soul, not just your loins. When you got a real woman, fellas, make sure you honor her. Make sure you count every blessing that you have every day that you walk on that earth with her, because you could be in Shannon Sharpe shoes. You could be in Jonathan's shoes when he was getting chased down the street, because you wasn't pouring into the right woman. All right, I done said enough. I done said enough. Thank you, Robert D, for the 1999. I'll tell you, y'all be always blessing a brother with the super chats. Thank you so very much for the super chat. And let me make sure, you know what I want to do. Okay. Nah, I got to give her body roll.
Super chat body roll.
All right. Oh my God. I just seen, oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm not. Yeah, Lord have mercy. Y'all don't do me like that. Oh my goodness, y'all. Thank you, Lord have mercy. Thank you so very much, Roberta, for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate you guys. Boy, y'all. I got you though.
Super chat body roll.
I knew Gray wasn't gonna like that. I knew Gray wasn't gonna like that. What's up, Gray? It's good to see you up in here. I was looking for you, man. I was concerned, but it's nice to see you in here. You right. Monique was trying to tell and like I said, my thing is I'm not going down Unc and be like, no, you just gotta be smarter than that. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I feel also, and this is something that Pam, when I was listening to Pam, I agree with Pam, is that if this is really a something that I feel that is criminal, go to the police. Just go to the police. Just go, if it's that, I just feel like give me $50 million and I shut up. Just sounds like extortion. It sounds like blackmail to me. That's just me personally. Not saying it is, but that's what it feels like. Because if it was really, if he was really out here doing the fool, go to the police. Go call the police, call the cops. So I do agree. But I mean, that's what happens when you out here gang banging, gang banging, gang banging. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna have a whole different meaning to it if I found out adding extra people to that to the room. But thank you so very much for the y'all are just so much of a blessing. I really do. Y'all not gonna get me choked up because I'm already emotional. But yes, thank you. But I honestly feel like we are way too as far as like, especially black men. Like I said, I know a lot of people did not like Kevin Samuels. I get it. Also, in that same breath, he was telling these Negroes to stop, have some discipline with your PP. Honestly, I wish, because I got encouraged. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm putting myself out there. I'm being vulnerable right now, but I put myself out there. When I was young, I had older dudes with like, man, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, pull them all, get them all. Like they was like, I was Ash Ketchum and they were Professor O. Get all the Pokemon you can. You know what I'm saying? Just throw your ball out there and catch them all. Like legitimately, do you know how much hell I went through in my 20s? Because in my mid to late 20s and all of that, because I was just out here dumb, stupid, and goofy. Because I wanted to just holler at I think I'm cute. I could just holler at everybody or whatever. And I was just bringing myself hell. And my kids are a blessing, but I literally went from having one kid to 4 in 3 years because of my twins. Because I was just out here. Instead of having guidance, I had older men encouraging my foolishness. We can't sit up there and continue to encourage the foolishness like this. Because not only does it create unstable environments, and all of that, what it also did was make bitter women and men. And I can honestly say that I created a lot of bitter women. I created that. I take full responsibility because I was out here being a goofball, thinking being a player and being cool, and you know what I'm saying? I'm being direct. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you like me or not. You know what I'm saying? This is who I am. And you gonna like it. Don't that sound familiar? And then all it did was bring me tons and tons of child support. That's what the fuck I get. Sorry, Roberta, but I have to say it like this. That's what I get. That's what I get. Instead of using my brain and say, you know what? I don't think this is a smart way to move around life. This is not a smart way to be moving around life. These women who actually care about you, you don't care about them. You care about what you can get up out of them and tell them to get the hell on. And what am I doing? Creating another bitter woman because she's taking that hurt that I did to her and she's taking it out on the next man. And the next man has to suffer because I'm out here being a whole entire goofball. That's all I'm saying. And I did it and I was broke. Nowhere close to Shannon. I'm saying I ain't Shannon Sharpe money. But you see, That's what we, what's going on. And that's the shit we got it. Sorry, Roberto, I'm saying this because I'm in my feelings. Because we gotta let men understand that we can't keep continuously to do this because we're just creating the thing that we complain about. We always complain about women do this and women do that and women need to do this and women need to do that. Why can't women submit? Why would a woman want to submit when we're out here, with a lot of us out here being goofy? I wouldn't want to submit to me either because I'm out here too stupid. And then a woman is supposed to take me seriously? Come on, man. Richard, thank you so very much for the 49 super chat. I'm telling you, you guys are so much of a blessing right now, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. I'm trying not to get in my feelings, but thank you for your super chat. That always makes me laugh, though. That always makes me laugh. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. And you know why? Because I was hurt. All it was I was hurt. I allowed you like the saying, hurt people. And I allowed someone to hurt me, right? I allowed someone to hurt me, and I took that hurt out on the other women that I was dealing with. In one form or fashion, my intent was wrong, but I can admit that. How many men can actually admit my intent, going up with these, with these women was right? No, my intent was wrong. Completely wrong. And I paid for that. Lana J, what's up? You said, I really appreciate your wise words, compassion, and commitment to our people. Much respect. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate it. But I'm just saying, because I'm not gonna sit up here like I'm just all high and mighty or whatever because I have a camera in front of my face. No, I flubbed up so much. It was, I mean, just put it like this: 20, when I was 25, when I was 25, I got so bitter because of my ex. I was like, Skippy, you gonna play me like this? I already did. You done created a monster. And I allowed my hurt, not her. Listen to what I'm saying. This is the maturity that I had to realize. I allowed my hurt, not her, to control the way that I moved going forward. Because I can't control what she did. I can't control what my ex did. I can control my emotions. Well, I can't control my emotion. I can control the way I react out of emotion. Let me say that again. I can't control my emotion. I can control the way I react out of that emotion. The emotion I can't control. If I start crying right now, I can't control that. I'm crying. This is feelings. I'm a human being. You know what I'm saying? If I'm happy right now, I can't control that. I'm a human being. I'm happy, right? The emotional part, but I can guide it and control it so it's not harming someone. I didn't know that at 25. I just did it instead of taking my time out. Like Lana J said, right, you have to heal. Instead of me sitting back, going to go get help, finding out what the root cause of my problems were, going to go get a therapist, actually sitting down and talking and getting all of that hurt out, because it had nothing to do with any of the women that I dealt with. There was a root cause there the whole entire time. I just didn't deal with it because I didn't know how to deal with it, and I didn't get the proper help to deal with it. So all I did was continue to put my hurt on other people, my baggage on other people's shoulders. They did not ask for. You know what they asked for? Just love me. Just like me. just like me. But I was too busy putting my baggage on them for them to be able to like me properly. You see, I didn't say love. I say like. Because when you like somebody and you really like this person, you don't care, what they look like. You don't care, about their financial status. You don't care about none of that because you like them. That's your homie. That's the dog. That's the, you know what I'm saying? You're in a relationship with your friend. You know what I mean? Y'all can play together, joke together, laugh together, pray together. You know what I'm saying? Cry together. You know what I'm saying? Be each other's comfort. When you like somebody. So that love could be unconditional. But I didn't allow that because I was too busy putting my baggage on their shoulders when that's not what they were there for. Just trying to tell y'all, there's so much that I learned over the course of me being on this planet. And if we are more serious with ourselves, more understanding with ourselves, we'll know how to be able to be, we'll know how to be able to move out here when we not out here just looking just hella goofy.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right. Thank you so very much for tuning in to this episode of the Dre Mac Show. Hopefully you guys are understanding where I'm coming from. I'm not saying that I'm 100% right. I'm not saying that I'm just the world's greatest. I'm still working every day to become better. But in the process, take time to be thankful that you on here with the ability to still work. All right. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mac Show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'm gonna holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe power, y'all. Don't forget, Death Battle Fridays. Let's go. We'll be back here tomorrow. Where's my outro at? Look, you already know. I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.